Hello. Today I would like to talk about trusted experts and trusted projects and the way I look at it. And I would like to share with you my experience in this area, and I would like to get also your input on how you see it. So please comment below on what I say, and please share your point of view. I think in crypto there's very many projects and quite a few influencers and people who have relatively short-term point of view, and they're trying to maximize their personal profits. So sometimes it's very difficult to identify both people and the projects where you can be more comfortable and really believe into what people say and what projects are trying to deliver. I think from my point of view, and again as a former banker, I consider that for me what worked always is the system of the red flags, right? So for me the red flag is when you see that people say something and they do something else. It is when they make a claims not substantiated by the real facts. And I will give you just a few random examples for you to understand what I'm talking about. One example would be, for example, when you see the projects where the team of the project could be both anonymous, which for me is usually kind of a small red flag, but sometimes you can understand why. There could be several objective reasons why people want to stay anonymous, either before the project launched or even when the project is already launched. And you see, for example, that the people promising to deliver you some completely unbelievable returns, or they are saying something that if you just do a little bit of background search, you will see that this is not actually true. For example, in one specific project, I've seen people saying, listen, we have an amazing team, our people are the expert in this field. But actually this was not an anonymous team, so you could actually see the background of the people. You can go on LinkedIn, you can search the Google, and you can see that actually what is promoted is not exactly the case. In other project, again, people say something, they give absolutely amazing promises, but you can feel that it is actually almost impossible to deliver. So the point is that you want to make sure that, first of all, you may want to trust your intuition. So when sometimes things is too good to be true, it is unfortunately not the case. And second thing is that you want to make sure that you do a little bit of a background research on the people, on the projects, on the deliverables. Also, for me, what was very useful, when I looked at the projects, I want to see how they communicate with their investors or potential investors. And what I found personally very disturbing is that when the projects was getting into the trouble, the people were disabling comments in the social media groups, or even were throwing away people from the groups who've been challenging certain statements of the project or of the people. Second thing is that I want to, when you talk about influencers, when you talk about people on YouTube, on other social media channels, for me personally, and again, I will try to make in the description of this video to show you examples of the channels and the people that I personally really like and enjoy, and I learn from them myself. I think is the case when people trying to present themselves as an expert in the areas where it's almost impossible to really either to measure what they're saying, right? Or to see how correct or incorrect is the statement, right? So it is natural that many influencers are making referral to certain projects. They can be interested or be exposed to certain project in one way or another. But I think it's at the same time, it's so much better, and for me, it works every time. When I see the people that they say this is the material that they consider to be interesting objectively, they like it, versus the other material which is promoted and they have vested interest in this project. So for me, this is a really red flag when people do not disclose their interests. So I think is that I believe that we need to be, because the crypto is still a little bit of a wild west, you really need to know who you can trust as your guides in terms of the people. And when you invest into the projects, every time when you're thinking that if someone tells you that, they say, listen, this is like last minute opportunity or you really need to act fast, for me that's another red flag. So you always will have a chance to invest into another project. You always will have another opportunity. But I think you always need to, particularly when you're playing with your money, you need to make sure that you measure, understand the risks as much as you can of the project. And I think most importantly, you need to do your homework. You need to identify, maybe to make a list, and I will try to, again, maybe in the description, to show you a couple of examples when the people say how to analyze the project, on which criteria you can identify whether the project is worth investing or not. So I think is that I just wanted to make this video relatively brief. I want to get back to the subject again later on, but thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. Please provide in your comments the questions or things that you would like me to cover, but I would like to come back to this question again and again, because the best way to make money is not to lose money. And the best way not to lose money is not to invest either with people, with projects that are not worth your trust. Thank you much and have a good day.